Number 10. Understanding Hong Kong's reality. Positioned along China's southern coastline, Hong Kong emerges where the mighty Pearl River Delta meets the vast South China Sea. This extraordinary territory spans merely 1,110 square kilometers. That's roughly 430 square miles. Within this confined space, over 7.5 million souls make their home, creating one of Earth's most remarkable human concentrations. This massive disparity between available territory and population density shapes every aspect of existence here. Unable to spread horizontally, the metropolis reached for the sky, creating one of the planet's most vertically impressive cityscapes. The developed zones spread across Hong Kong Island, Kowloon, and the New Territories, encircled by more than 260 scattered offshore islands. Here's what surprises most visitors. Merely 25% of Hong Kong's land area contains actual development. The remainder consists of mountainous terrain, conservation zones, and pristine coastal areas. This reality explains why Hong Kong boasts more towering structures than New York City, despite occupying significantly less territory. Hong Kong's transformation wasn't random. The territory evolved into one of Asia's premier financial powerhouses, earning its place among the celebrated four Asian tigers, alongside Singapore, South Korea, and Taiwan. Currently, the economy revolves around finance, international trade, maritime shipping, and aviation. Hong Kong International Airport maintains its position among the globe's busiest cargo hubs, while its harbor accommodates some of the largest maritime vessels anywhere. Despite experiencing significant political and economic transformations, the city continues ranking within the world's top 10 financial centers, with GDP per capita hovering around $52,000 as of 2025. However, comprehending Hong Kong requires looking beyond impressive statistics and gleaming towers to understand its deeper identity. The Hong Kong flag communicates much of this story. Against a deep crimson background, a white Bauhinia blakena flower displays 5 petals, each featuring a red star. This emblem represents the one country, two systems framework, illustrating Hong Kong's integration with China, while preserving its unique cultural identity, values, and governance structure. Though constitutionally part of China, Hong Kong functions under separate administrative and judicial frameworks. It distributes its own passports, circulates the Hong Kong dollar rather than Chinese yuan, and recognizes both Cantonese and English as official tongues. The common law tradition, inherited from British colonial administration, continues governing the legal system, while civil liberties and media freedoms, though constantly evolving, remain distinctly different from mainland practices. This autonomy, safeguarded under the Basic Law, makes Hong Kong a special administrative region truly unlike anywhere else in China. Now that you've grasped Hong Kong's fundamentals, we'd love to know your location, so go ahead and drop your city's name in the comments section below. Alright, picture this. You've just landed and grabbed a taxi from the airport toward your accommodation. In Hong Kong, the vehicle's color immediately reveals your location. Unlike most global cities where taxi colors serve, mere branding purposes, Hong Kong operates a sophisticated color-coded transportation system that literally maps the entire territory. So, here's the thing. 3 official categories exist, each confined to designated zones. Red taxis, designated as urban taxis, represent the most prevalent and versatile option. These vehicles traverse Hong Kong Island, Kowloon, and substantial portions of the New Territories, including airport connections. And just so you know, they also command the highest fares. Green taxis service the New Territories, the city's rural northern expanse featuring hills, agricultural land, and dispersed villages. Pricing runs slightly lower, but these vehicles cannot enter downtown commercial districts. Wave down a green taxi in Central and the driver will politely acknowledge you before driving away. Blue taxis remain the rarest breed, restricted exclusively to Lantau Island, home to the international airport, Ngongping Village, and the magnificent Big Buddha statue. By 2025, approximately 18,000 taxis operate citywide, roughly 15,000 red, 2,800 green, and merely 75 blue vehicles. This stands as one of the world's few transport networks where color literally regulates geographic access. Tourists frequently discover this system through trial and error. Signal the wrong color in the incorrect district, and you'll remain standing, courteously overlooked. Yet taxis represent just the beginning. Across Hong Kong Island, double-decker trams, lovingly nicknamed ding-dings after their characteristic bell sound, have rolled along identical tracks since 1904. These slow, open-sided windowed vehicles create wonderfully cinematic moments, gliding past traditional markets and modern skyscrapers at pedestrian pace. Then there's the Central Mid-Levels Escalator, the planet's longest covered outdoor escalator network, extending over 800 meters, so that's approximately half a mile, with 135 meters of elevation change. Each morning it descends toward the business quarter, and each afternoon reverses direction upward, silently transporting thousands of daily commuters. Down at the harbor, the iconic Star Ferry continues connecting Hong Kong Island and Kowloon for just $3.50, so that's under $1. From its deck, the skyline sparkles like animated postcards, mirrored towers, ocean breezes, and the constant hum of this sleepless metropolis. When night arrives and crowds intensify, board a minibus. Compact, rapid, noisy, and fearless. Routes follow fixed paths, but stops don't. Simply shout when you want to disembark, and the driver will halt wherever safety permits. Walking Hong Kong streets, one element immediately captures attention. The women here possess striking beauty. Could you distinguish a Hong Kong woman from someone originating from other Chinese regions if they stood side by side? And down it sound for gardens, and dinonterband. Traditionally, Hong Kong women earned recognition for refined facial characteristics, fair complexions, and composed demeanor. Contemporary Hong Kong women are celebrated for intelligence, ambition, and fierce independence. They mature in a city where time literally equals money, where workdays begin early and extend late into evening. You'll encounter them managing their own enterprises, overseeing investment portfolios, or, spearheading creative startups. However, this success carries subtle costs, extended working hours, intense competition, and a continuously shrinking dating pool. Research indicates nearly 1/3 of Hong Kong women remain unmarried into their 30s, not solely by circumstance, but because independence provides options. Many simply don't feel pressured to marry or settle quickly. Here's our question for you. Would you be interested in dating a young, dynamic Hong Kong woman? If your answer is affirmative, leave the number 8 in the comments below. Nowhere is this independence more evident than in Lan Kwai Fong, Hong Kong's most renowned nightlife quarter. Nestled among steep streets in central, LKF comprises just several narrow blocks containing over 100 bars, restaurants, and clubs illuminating neon from sunset until dawn. Here, financial professionals, artists, flight crew, and international visitors merge together beneath EDM bass lines and clinking glassware. Move several blocks to Soho, south of Hollywood Road, and you'll discover a more relaxed atmosphere: rooftop lounges, fusion dining establishments, and candlelit wine bars filled with expatriates and creative professionals. Meanwhile, Tsim Sha Tsui across the harbor provides karaoke venues, jazz clubs, and live music spaces operating deep into the night. Yes, certain city corners still carry whispers of its more risque history, from massage establishments tucked in Mong Kok's alleys to hostess bars in Wan Chai, tracing roots to the 1960s when sailors filled the port. Yet, modern nightlife has evolved considerably beyond that era. In 2025, Lan Kwai Fong represents less scandal and more spectacle, a fusion of style, sound, and freedom that really defines the Hong Kong youth spirit. Hong Kong stands among the rare places globally where purchasing parking space can actually exceed the cost of the vehicle itself, or even a luxury residence in another nation. As of 2025, average parking spaces in central districts like Mid-Levels, Central, or Kowloon sell for 5 to 7 million Hong Kong dollars, so that's roughly $640,000 to $900,000 US. For perspective, that equals a 3-bedroom house in Texas, or, a private island in the Philippines. This isn't even recent news. Back in 2019, a single parking space in the center, which is among Hong Kong's most exclusive office towers, made international headlines selling for 7.6 million Hong Kong dollars, about 973,000 US dollars, establishing the world record for the most expensive parking spot ever sold. That record, by the way, still remains unbroken. This sounds kind of absurd until you realize Hong Kong has the highest Rolls-Royce ownership per capita worldwide. So, why does parking cost so extraordinarily here? The answer lies in land scarcity mathematics. Hong Kong possesses just 1,110 square kilometers total area, yet houses over 7.5 million residents and nearly 850,000 registered vehicles. With mountains covering most territory, only about 1/4 of land proves actually usable, meaning every square meter represents a battle between developers, homeowners, and commuters. Many new residential buildings are legally required to include parking, but allocated slots rarely match demand. Developers frequently treat parking spaces as investment assets, auctioning them separately. Because Hong Kong's property values rank among the planet's highest, even small concrete rectangles become high-stakes commodities. Monthly parking rental for single spaces easily reaches 4,000 to 6,000 Hong Kong dollars, so like 500 to 750 US dollars in central areas, and it's even higher in luxury complexes. That actually exceeds what many Europeans pay for entire apartments, yet people continue paying because, in a city where status means everything, owning a vehicle and more importantly having somewhere to park it, represents the ultimate success symbol. Would you ever pay nearly $1 million just for parking? Tell us in the comments, yes or no. To genuinely understand Hong Kong, you must look beyond the skyline and step inside its smallest living quarters. Hidden behind aging apartment blocks and neon-lit streets, an estimated 200,000 people reportedly live in what are commonly termed cage homes or coffin homes. Hong Kong covers only 430 square miles, yet houses more than 7.5 million residents, making it among Earth's most densely populated locations. On average, the city contains roughly 17,600 people per square mile. However, in districts like Mong Kok and Sham Shui Po, density can exceed 130,000 people per square mile, among the highest concentrations ever recorded globally. With mountains and undevelopable terrain covering most territory, only about 1/4 of Hong Kong can accommodate urban housing. The result is a housing crisis that has transformed shelter into a daily struggle. Inside these coffin homes, living space frequently measures under 20 square feet, sometimes barely larger than a single mattress. Metal frames divide rooms into stacked compartments, each just tall enough for crawling. Personal belongings hang from wires and bars. Fans mounted on low ceilings struggle to cool rooms where summer temperatures can reach 100 degrees Fahrenheit. In some units, kitchens and bathrooms combine into a single damp corner, creating constant hygiene and fire hazards. In older apartment buildings, one normal-sized unit can be subdivided into 15 to 20 micro-rooms, each rented separately. Elevators are outdated, hallways narrow, and electrical wiring often runs openly along walls, tangled and overloaded. Residents cook using small electric pots or hot plates because proper stoves won't fit. In extreme cases, people sleep directly on hard floors without mattresses. Mong Kok, often described as Earth's most crowded urban district, offers a stark example. Entire buildings pack subdivided units where people live mere inches apart, separated by thin metal or plywood walls. Many buildings skip certain floor numbers entirely due to cultural superstitions, particularly number 4, which sounds like death in Cantonese. For some residents, conditions become so unbearable they choose sleeping elsewhere. Underground walkways, pedestrian tunnels, and public spaces sometimes serve as makeshift sleeping areas. Cardboard mats and small tents appear nightly, revealing how limited options have become. Approximately 300 people have admitted sleeping on streets for over a decade, while others sleep in parks, playgrounds, parking lots, underpasses, public restrooms, and bus stops. Even around a quarter of homeless people sleep overnight inside McDonald's fast food restaurants in Hong Kong, known as McRefugees. Despite these conditions, not everyone living in coffin homes is unemployed or homeless. Many residents hold full-time positions, working long hours in service, logistics, or manual labor. Some say they stay because everything they need is nearby: markets, public toilets, transport, and work, all within steps. Survival here is about proximity, not comfort. Community organizations and volunteers play critical roles in this hidden world. They regularly visit cage homes to assess living conditions and distribute basic supplies such as food, soap, shampoo, and discount vouchers for essential services. Coffin homes aren't exceptions in Hong Kong. They're symptoms, visible outcomes of extreme density, limited land, and relentless urban pressure. Behind one of the world's most glamorous skylines, thousands of lives are compressed into spaces barely fit to be called rooms. I don't think I could survive living in such a place for more than a week. How long do you think you could endure it? Hong Kong appears ultra-modern on the surface. Glass towers, lightning-speed elevators, and skyline views rivaling New York. But the moment you look closer, you'll realize the city still follows rules written hundreds of years ago. Let's start with something you'll notice immediately: bamboo scaffolding. Yes, in one of the world's most technologically advanced cities, skyscrapers worth billions are still constructed and repaired using bamboo poles instead of steel. This tradition dates back centuries and remains completely legal and certified by the Hong Kong Construction Industry Council. Bamboo is lightweight, flexible, and incredibly strong. It can absorb wind pressure better than metal, crucial during typhoon season. Even global giants like Apple and Louis Vuitton have wrapped their Hong Kong stores in bamboo scaffolding during renovations. But bamboo isn't the only tradition hidden inside modern design. Have you ever noticed those mysterious holes or gaps carved into certain high-rise buildings? According to Chinese feng shui principles, these openings are called dragon gates, and they're designed to let spiritual dragons travel from the mountains behind the city to the water in front. A symbolic energy path known as shan shui, which means mountain behind, river ahead. Blocking that path is believed to bring bad fortune, so even multi-billion-dollar real estate projects actually respect this rule. But not every architect listened, though. When the Bank of China Tower was completed in 1989, locals criticized its sharp triangular edges for cutting the city's energy. It remains one of Hong Kong's most recognizable buildings, and honestly, one of its most controversial in feng shui lore. Then come the daily habits that, really puzzle newcomers. Before meals, locals often rinse their bowls, chopsticks, and cups with tea or hot water, even in upscale restaurants. It's not an insult to cleanliness, it's actually a ritual of respect, a way to ensure purity before food touches the dish. While you're in a restaurant or mall, you might notice that public restrooms for women often include miniature toilets for toddlers kept spotless and well-maintained. Hong Kong's hygiene standards rank among Asia's highest, so much so that the city even uses seawater to flush most toilets, saving an estimated 700 million liters of fresh water every single day. But for all its order, Hong Kong still has quirks that defy logic. Ambulances often struggle to move through traffic because drivers rarely yield, not out of malice, but just because of sheer congestion and limited road space. It's one of the few moments where Hong Kong's famously efficient system shows its cracks. And if you ever step indoors, be ready for a shock. Literally, every mall, train, and office keeps air conditioning on full blast, even in winter. Locals call it Hong Kong cold. And, honestly, it's strong enough to turn your latte lukewarm in just a few minutes. Many people carry sweaters in their bags, even when it's 33 degrees Celsius outside. Hong Kong isn't just crowded, it's brutally expensive. In fact, it's repeatedly ranked among the most expensive cities in the world to live in. Housing is where the shock hits first. Renting a small one-bedroom apartment in a central area like Hong Kong Island or Kowloon can easily cost $2,500 to $3,500 per month, and that's for a space often under 400 square feet. Mobile phone plans range from $25 to $50 per month depending on data usage. When you put it all together, a single person living modestly in Hong Kong can easily spend $2,500 to $3,000 per month, while a more comfortable lifestyle pushes costs beyond $4,000 monthly. For families, the number climbs even faster. So, with your current salary, do you think you could actually live comfortably here? Leave a yes or no in the comments below to share your opinion. Before Hong Kong opened its modern airport, the city relied on a place many pilots still discuss with a mix of fear and respect. This was Kai Tak Airport, Hong Kong's main gateway from 1925 to 1998, and widely considered one of the most dangerous airports ever built. Pilots had to rely on visual cues at the last second while navigating over a crowded city and avoiding surrounding terrain. At its peak, Kai Tak handled around 30 million passengers per year, making it one of the busiest airports in Asia at the time. However, over its operating history, the airport was associated with 12 major aviation accidents, resulting in the loss of 270 lives, including incidents where aircraft missed the runway and ended up in the harbor. Because of these extreme conditions, Kai Tak became a symbol of elite pilot skill. Landing there was considered a badge of honor, and many airlines used it as a benchmark for advanced pilot training. Eventually, reality caught up. On July 6, 1998, after 73 years of service, Kai Tak Airport officially closed, replaced by the new Czech Lapkok Airport, built on reclaimed land far from the city center. In Hong Kong, even the dead compete for space. With mountains on one side and the sea on the other, land is so limited that over 90% of residents now choose cremation. But even after cremation, finding a final resting place isn't easy. The city's solution: vertical cemeteries, multi-story columbarium towers built into hillsides. Inside, thousands of urns are stacked floor after floor, each slot marked by gold characters, flowers, and LED candles. The cost is staggering. A public niche can take years on a waiting list, while private ones cost from $50,000 to over $500,000 depending on location and view. Some elite columbariums like Shan Sui resemble luxury apartments for the afterlife, air-conditioned, landscaped, and spotless. By 2025, Hong Kong plans to add around 167,000 new public niches, but demand still far outpaces supply. That's why many families now scatter ashes at sea, or send them across the border to mainland China. Hong Kong's culinary scene isn't just about Michelin stars or dim sum. It's a city where centuries-old traditions, street survival food, and cultural mashups all coexist on the same block. One of the most infamous examples is the so-called century egg, often jokingly nicknamed horse urine egg because of its strong ammonia smell. Despite the name, it has nothing to do with urine. Historians trace this dish back over 500 years, possibly to the Ming Dynasty. The modern method involves soaking eggs in a mixture of black tea, lime, salt, and wood ash for anywhere from 7 weeks to 5 months. The result is an egg with a dark jelly-like yolk and a smooth, glossy texture. When eaten with ginger slices, the sharp aroma transforms into a surprisingly rich and savory flavor. Traditional Chinese medicine shops are another common sight. Some sell turtle shell gelatin cooked into a dark herbal jelly believed to improve skin health and slow aging. Others offer bird's nest jelly served inside a coconut with a dense texture and mild sweetness. These aren't exotic souvenirs for tourists. Locals consume them as part of daily wellness routines. For main dishes, Hong Kong doesn't shy away from extremes. Snake soup, a winter specialty, is still widely available. A small bowl costs around 50 Hong Kong dollars, which is roughly $6.40 in US currency. The flavor is often compared to chicken soup, with shredded snake meat mixed with mushrooms and medicinal herbs. Some restaurants even display live snakes on site, so customers know exactly what they're eating. Street food is equally intense. Grilled skewers range from seafood to intestines, seasoned and glazed like roast pork. Giant squid skewers are so large they're often cut into portions for families to share. Seafood markets allow customers to pick live seafood downstairs and have it cooked upstairs, though preparation fees can sometimes cost more than the seafood itself. One dish that truly defines local comfort food is Hong Kong clay pot rice. Each portion is cooked individually in small clay pots over high heat. Rice is cooked first, then topped with ingredients like chicken, pork ribs, Chinese sausage, or octopus. Just before eating, soy sauce is poured around the pot and the lid is closed briefly, creating a crispy golden rice layer at the bottom while keeping the toppings tender and juicy. And if you think milk tea is just a dessert or a casual drink, people in Hong Kong will make you rethink that idea. The tea is brewed extremely strong and mixed with sweetened condensed milk. Locals even have a nickname for it, pantyhose milk tea. And don't worry, no one is squeezing actual pantyhose into your cup. The name comes from the cloth filter, which looks suspiciously similar to skin-colored stockings. To make pantyhose milk tea, black tea leaves from India and Sri Lanka are brewed and filtered through a long cotton sock-like cloth. The tea is poured, pressed, and strained repeatedly for up to 20 minutes, allowing the flavor to fully extract. These cloth filters are thicker than standard paper filters, which is why the tea becomes stronger, darker, and more complex. Today, tea masters use fine mesh filters mounted on metal frames designed to mimic the original method. And that wraps up our journey through Hong Kong. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel for more amazing destinations, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next one. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.